Have you ever felt like someone in your life is draining your energy, making you doubt yourself, or even controlling your emotions? Toxic people are everywhere, and their influence can be subtle yet deeply damaging. But here's the good news. You don't have to let them control your life. With the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy, you can learn to recognize these individuals, protect your peace, and regain control over your mind and emotions. If you're ready to uncover the 10 signs of toxic people and learn how Stoicism can empower you to deal with them, hit the like button, subscribe, and let's dive in. Toxic people thrive on manipulation. They twist your words, distort reality, and make you question your own judgment. Their goal? To control you without you even realizing it. Imagine this. You're working on a group project, and one of your teammates keeps helping you by taking over your tasks. At first, it seems like they're just being supportive. But then, they start taking credit for your work, subtly making you feel like you're not capable enough to do it yourself. You begin to doubt your abilities, and before you know it, they've positioned themselves as the leader of the group. Manipulation can also be emotional. For example, a friend might say, "If you really cared about me, you'd do this for me," making you feel guilty for setting boundaries. Recognizing manipulation is the first step to breaking free from it. For toxic individuals, lying isn't just a habit, it's a way of life. They lie to gain power, avoid responsibility, or distort your perception of reality. And the worst part? They do it without a hint of guilt. I once had a friend who always had the most dramatic stories. One day she told me she had met a famous celebrity at a coffee shop and even showed me a blurry photo as proof. But later, I found out she had taken the photo from the internet. When I confronted her, she laughed it off, saying, "It's just a joke." But it wasn't the first time she had lied, and it wouldn't be the last. Toxic people also lie to shift blame. For instance, they might say, "I didn't say that, you must have misunderstood," even when you clearly remember their words. Over time, their lies can make you question your own memory and reality. Toxic people often hide behind a mask of charm. They know exactly what to say to make you feel special, but their intentions are far from genuine. I once worked with someone who was the life of the office. He always had a joke, a compliment, or a kind word for everyone. But behind closed doors, he was spreading rumors, sabotaging projects, and taking credit for other people's ideas. His charm was just a tool to disarm us and hide his true nature. Another example. Imagine meeting someone who showers you with compliments and attention, only to later use your vulnerabilities against you. Their charm is a weapon, and once you see through it, you'll realize it was never genuine. Empathy is the foundation of meaningful relationships. But toxic people lack this essential quality. They see others as tools to serve their own interests. I once shared a deeply personal story with a friend, hoping for support. Instead, they shrugged and said, "Well, everyone has problems." Then they immediately started talking about their own issues. It was a pattern I couldn't ignore. Toxic people might also fake empathy to gain your trust. For example, they might say, "I know exactly how you feel," but their actions later reveal that they don't care at all. True empathy is shown through consistent support, not empty words. For toxic individuals, control isn't just a habit, it's their lifeline. They want to dominate your thoughts, emotions, and even your smallest decisions. I once knew someone who constantly gave unsolicited advice. At first it seemed helpful, but over time, I realized they were undermining my confidence to make me dependent on them. Toxic people might also use control in subtle ways, like deciding where you go, who you spend time with, or even what you wear. They frame it as helping or caring, but in reality it's about power. Recognizing these patterns is crucial to reclaiming your independence. Toxic people are masters of playing the victim. They avoid accountability by shifting blame onto others. I worked on a project with someone who always had an excuse for their mistakes. They blamed me for their oversights, making me question my own abilities. Playing the victim is a tactic to gain sympathy and avoid responsibility. For example, they might say, "I'm going through so much right now," to justify their bad behavior. While it's important to be compassionate, it's equally important to recognize when someone is using their struggles as a shield for their toxicity. One of the most chilling traits of toxic people is their pleasure in others' suffering. They thrive on gossip, sabotage, and seeing others fail. I once had a friend who seemed to enjoy sharing bad news about others. It became clear that their joy came from feeling superior to those who struggled. Toxic people might also subtly celebrate your failures. For instance, they might say, "I told you that wouldn't work," instead of offering support. Their happiness at your pain is a clear sign that they don't have your best interests at heart. Toxic people often isolate you from your support system. They create doubt about your relationships to make you more dependent on them. A friend once told me that my family didn't understand me the way they did. Over time, I realized they were trying to distance me from the people who truly cared about me. Isolation can also be more subtle. For example, they might say, "Your friends don't really care about you," planting seeds of doubt in your mind. Over time, this isolation makes you more vulnerable to their control. Envy is a toxic emotion, but it becomes dangerous when disguised as concern or advice. Toxic people can't celebrate your success, they try to diminish it. After a big achievement, a friend told me, "That's great, but don't get too comfortable. You could have done even better." It felt more like criticism than encouragement. Toxic envy can also appear as backhanded compliments like, "You're so lucky to have gotten that job. I wish I had connections like you." Recognizing this disguised jealousy is key to protecting your self-esteem. The clearest sign of a toxic person is their refusal to change. They never admit fault and see self-reflection as a weakness. I once confronted someone about their hurtful behavior. Instead of apologizing, they deflected and accused me of overreacting. Toxic people might also say things like, "That's just who I am," as an excuse for their actions. Growth requires humility, and their refusal to change is a sign that they're not willing to take responsibility for their impact on others. We've just explored 10 signs of toxic people and how Stoicism can help you protect yourself. Remember, awareness is your greatest weapon. Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts." Don't let toxic individuals invade your mental space. Set boundaries, stand firm, and protect your peace. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and comment, "I protect my peace," to let the world know you're ready to rise above negativity. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.